Nimona. Nimona, released in 2023 and is directed by Nick Bruno and Troy Quane, who are also known for the animated film Spies in Disguise. And this film is starring the voices of Chloe Grace Moretz and Riz Ahmed. And the reason why we're talking about Nimona today, it's going to be hard for me because I've almost said pneumonia like 5 different times while recording this. I haven't said it, but I feel my mouth wanting to go pneumonia instead of Nimona. So that's probably going to happen at some point in this review. Just don't at me in the comments, please. But the reason why we are talking about Nimona today is because it was a PayPal recommendation and donation from a longtime contributor and supporter of this channel, Dr. Camp. Once again, thank you for the recommendation of a film that I've never heard of before, didn't even know existed, didn't even know that the graphic novel that this film is based on. It came out in 2015, kept a lot of the same animated style, just in this kind of like matte finish, 3D yet 2D type animation. The animation here is just really cool, and I really appreciate it. It felt very minimalistic. And I love that. That's not a dig on it. I just love that take. I love the animation. So thank you very much for the recommendation, Dr. Camp. If anyone else out there also wants to be like Dr. Camp and help support me and contribute to this channel, you can select the QR code that is in the bottom left corner of your screen right now. Send over your donation of $5 or more with your movie recommendation. And if I have access to it, I will watch it, review it, and give you a little shout out, just like what I did with Dr. Camp here. In this medieval futuristic kingdom, there is an elite guard of knights that are sworn in to protect the queen, and typically these knights are of some type of noble birth, but today is a special day because a commodore by the name of Ballister Boldheart will be sworn in as part of the Knights Guard. However, during the ceremony, Ballister's weapon malfunctions and kills the queen, making him the biggest fugitive in the kingdom as Ballister goes on the run. And while trying to figure out his next move and what actually happened and how he's going to rectify his name, he comes in contact with a little shape-shifting monster by the name of Nimona, who is offering her service to be his sidekick and to help him continue on his evil murdering ways. But eventually she learns that he didn't actually commit the murders, so begrudgingly she agrees to help him figure out exactly what happened, and then through that development of their relationship with each other, we learn that the shape-shifting monster has a tragic backstory that is connected to this kingdom, that is connected to this queen, this leader of this kingdom, and it hits you in the feels. And as I was saying before, I love this animation style. It looks, again, very minimalistic. It looks very flat, but yet three-dimensional. There's just a duality to this animation that is not contrasting at all, and it's not making it an unpleasant viewing experience. It's just really unique. It's really cool. But I feel the aspect of this story and of these characters that I enjoy the most, and probably it's going to be controversial to some conservative redneck asshole out there, but what I love about this movie is that it showcases gay and lesbian relationships without it being focused on sex or focused in a negative way, or that it's unique, it's out there, it's not traditional. And here we just have characters just flat out say, who are 2 men, just flat out say, I love you, you are my person, I will protect you. And they don't like linger on it, they don't show that, oh yeah, that's out of the norm, that's weird, that's not traditional. They just say that, and then they move on, which is how it should be. I get the sense in this futuristic medieval kingdom, which, saying that out loud, it's very weird. We have knights, we have carriages, we have town squares, like brick and mortar roads and everything, but yet we have like futuristic weapons and horses, jetpacks that we ride. It's so strange. But I get the sense in this kingdom, in this futuristic world, that everyone is pansexual. No one gives a shit who you're attracted to or who you want to be with. You just be with the person that you're in love with, and that's enough. Maybe eventually, someday, one day, we will get there as a society, as a planet. Probably not during any time when I'm alive here. But I love how they presented homosexual characters in this animation and didn't make a big deal about it. It's just, yeah, we're gay. It's cool. That's who we are. Let's move on with the story. Cool. And then where this script takes you, when you learn more about Nimona, this shape-shifting monster who's hilarious, by the way. I love her banter, I love her cadences, I love her sense of humor. But then you find out her backstory and what she turns herself into into the climax of this movie, but then what she's looking to do. At first you think that she's going to terrorize and just destroy this entire kingdom for what it did to her, but then you realize what she's going to do, and I'm not going to spoil it, but it's like, this is a children's animated feature, and wow, that is dark, and I get the powerful sense of what she's trying to do here, but wow. And then what Ballister does to get her to stop, essentially. It's heartwarming. This whole story is heartwarming, heartbreaking, and then heartwarming again. I just wasn't expecting it to go so deep in ideas and character development. And gosh, it's a pleasant surprise whenever that happens. When you go in, you're like, okay, this is going to be a silly kids cartoon, which I definitely thought was going to be, with the humor that was being presented and the delivery of the humor. Like, okay, this is very nowadays, modern days, kid type humor that's going to get a lot of easy, silly laughs, and then this film's going to wrap up, and okay, I'm not going to be thinking about it. But then to have the storytelling device switch on itself, and you go deep into these characters' backstory and their emotions and their feelings, like all the feelings that they're feeling on the inside, not just one thing, but a multitude of other emotions. That's great characterization, and that's great storytelling. When you can present complex characters like that who are feeling a multitude of different things, not just one thing or representing one thing, but representing multiple things. It's just beautiful. It's great. And kudos to the movie for leaving off on a cliffhanger. You really don't know how this thing resolves itself, and you don't know if certain people return to the kingdom or whatever. The more I talk about it, the more I am impressed, and the more I am definitely satisfied with this film. I'm going to give Nimona 4 out of 5 Blu-rays.
I like it a lot.
So guys, if you've seen Nimona, what did you think about it? Or if you've never seen it before and you stumbled across because of this video, then comment below and let me know what you thought about it. And as always, if you like what you see here, if you like my take on movies, then hit the subscribe button and make sure you hit that bell. See you the next time I'm releasing my next movie review. So guys, I will see you next time on the channel, but in the meantime, be well, be good to each other, and go watch a movie. Take care, guys.